Hello dear students, in continuation to this video series, today I would like to talk about the Boolean function and see that how we can simplify the different types of the Boolean functions using the theorems and postulates that we have learned in the previous videos. For example, suppose that here I have a Boolean function in this form which is written. Now I want to simplify this Boolean function. Let's rewrite this Boolean function and explain that how we can do it. Suppose that I have something like that. I say that f is equal to x prime y prime z or xyz or x prime yz or x y prime z. So if you look at to these terms, you can see that the z are common variable for both of them. So it means that I can rewrite this f as a Boolean function in the form of dz x prime y prime or x y or x prime y or x y prime. So on the other hand, again, if you look at to these two terms, x y x prime y, you can see that y are common in both of them, and in these two x prime y prime x y prime, you can see that y prime are common. So as a result, I can rewrite these two as y x or x prime, and these two as y prime x or x prime. So if I rewrite this one, I will have something like that: z y x or x prime or y prime x or x prime. On the other hand, I know that x or x prime is 1 and y dot 1 is y prime dot 1 is y. So I will have z y or y prime. Again, as we know that this is equal to 1, I will have z. So it means that as a result, f is equal to z. So as you can see, we could simplify the Boolean function f from this form to this form. So it means that the value of z will be equal to the value of f. And also here you can see the result. Now we want to talk about the developing the truth table using the Boolean function. If we have an expression something like that, how we can produce and draw the truth table? We say that actually we have learned about that in the previous video lectures, but I want to explain this one, how we can draw the truth table of this function. Suppose that f is equal to x prime y prime z. Now, first of all, we said that we look at to the number of the variables, in function. So if you look at to the number of variable in function, we can see that this is 3. So for this reason, we have to write x, y, z with this precedency, and write all of the possible combinations. So we know that we have 8 possible combination, which is written in this form. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and 0, 1. Now, because I want to produce this f, and here I have x prime, I create the column of x prime, and also I have y prime, so I create the column of the y prime, and using the x prime y prime z, I can produce the f, which is equal to x prime y prime z. So x prime is the complement of x, so it means that I will have 4, 1 and 4, 0. In the case of the y prime, I have to complement this column, so it means that I will have something like that. According to the value of the y, I can produce the y prime. Now, if I and these 3 columns as x prime, y prime, z, I can produce the f. 0 and 1 and 1 is equal to 0. 1 and 1 and 1 is equal to 1. 0, 1, 0 is 0. 1, 1, 0 is 0. 0, 0, 1 is 0. 1, 0, 1 is 0. 0, 0, 0 is 0. 1, 0, 0 is equal to 0. So you can see that I could draw the truth table of this function in this form. And you can see here the answer. Now let's talk about the Boolean function in detail. Suppose that I have something like that. f1 is equal to x or y prime z. Question is this: when f1 is equal to 1, if you look at here, because here we have the OR, we know that in the OR, when one of the x or y prime z is equal to 1, the result will be equal to 1. As a result, I can say that if I have a function like that, f is equal to x or y prime z, I can say that when f is equal to 1, or when can be f can be 1, when x is equal to 1, and y prime z is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 or y prime z is equal to 1. Now, when y prime z is equal to 1, we know that this is AND. When y is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1. Under this condition, we will have f is equal to 1. But look at to this function. f2 is x prime y prime z plus x prime y z plus xy prime. Now, with looking at this function, we cannot say that when f2 is equal to 1, when is not. So what should I do? We say that in this case, we have to draw the truth table, because without the truth table, we cannot find when the f is 1, when is 0. So for this reason, if we draw the truth table of the function and expand it, I can find the f2 and also f1. Now I can say that when this condition happens, 0, 0, 1, the output is 1. When this condition 0, 1, 1 happens, where the output will be equal to 1 up to the end. Up to the end. Okay, now I could actually understand about the concept of the Boolean function, and we saw that the important thing in the Boolean function is that find that when we have 1, when we have 0, under which conditions we will have 1 and under which condition we will have 0. Now the question is this: how can I implement the logic circuit of this Boolean function? Because our purpose is the drawing the Boolean, the design, the digital circuit of this Boolean function. Now, I want to show you that how we can draw it. Our Boolean function is this: f is equal to x or y prime z. Now we say that again, first of all, we have to look at the number of the variables, because we have 3 variables. We draw 3 lines, write this one as x, y, and z. Now, if you look at here, you can see that y will be complemented. So it means that I have to use AND gate for producing the y prime. Now I draw a dot point here. How can I produce the complement using NOT gate? This is the NOT gate. So here will be have y prime. Now I can say that y prime is ANDed with the z. So this is the z. Again, draw the point. Now, using these 2 inputs, I could produce the y prime, and this is the AND. So the result will be y prime z. Now you can see that here I have OR with x. This result, the output of the AND, will be ORed with these x. So again, I draw the point from the x, and here I can OR it, and this is f, and this is OR, which is equal to x or y prime z. Now, using this concept, I could draw the digital circuit or logic diagram of the Boolean function. And here you can see that how we could produce it. Now, let's draw the Boolean, the actually digital circuit of this function. Again, you can see that here we have x prime, y prime, z, x prime, y, z, x, y prime. So now look at here, how many gates do I need to produce this circuit? Here we have x prime, it means that I need 1 AND gate. Here I have y prime, it means that I need a NOT gate. For the x prime I need NOT gate. For this one, NOT gate. For these 3 I need 1 AND gate. Similarly, for these 3 I need AND gate. For these 2 I need AND gate. Then at the end, all of the terms has to be ORed. According to this concept, if I draw this circuit, I will have something like that. So here you can see that x, here will be x prime, y, here will be y prime, and this z from here comes here. So if I want to produce x prime, y prime, z, I can see that x prime, y prime, and z comes from here. Similarly, for the x prime, y, z, all of these 3 are ANDs, and at the end we have OR. So if you look at this Boolean function, you can see that this digital circuit or logic diagram is the diagram of this function. Now, in the previous one, I could draw the circuit, but the question is that first of all, before implementing the logic diagram, we prefer to simplify the Boolean function. Then we draw the circuit. Now, if you look at this function, you can see that I can simplify it. How we can simplify it? You can see that x prime z here and here are the same. So for these two, I can write x prime z, parentheses, y prime or y prime, or x y prime. So y or y prime is equal to 1. As a result, I will have x prime z or x y prime. Now I could simplify it. Now if I draw this circuit, you can see that in the previous one I had 6 gates. Here I have 5 gates, but another important thing is that my inputs of the gates are 2. In the previous one we had 3 inputs gates, but here you can see that my AND gates have 2 inputs. So you can see that this is so important in the case of the designing digital system, because we want to simplify it, then after simplifying, design the simplest circuit. For the another one, if I have this function x prime y plus xy prime, you can see that we can have this circuit. Again, from here we have x prime, from here we have y, from here we have x, and from here we have y prime. Both of them are ORed with together. Now, we said that before designing the circuit, we prefer to reduce the number of terms and literals. So the process of reducing the number of terms and literals are called as algebraic manipulation. So what is the literal? Literal is a single variable within a term. For example, if we have something like that, suppose that f is equal to x, y, or x, y prime, z, or x prime, z. Okay, now we say that this is called as term. Each of them is called as term. What is the literal? We say that literal is a single variable at each term. Okay, so as a result, if I want to count the literals numbers here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 literal. How many terms do I have? You can see that I have 1, 2, 3 terms. So how many variables do I have? So because the number of the variable is different from the number of literal. You can see that here we have x, y, and z. It means that we have 3 variables. These actually definitions are so important in the case of the Boolean function. We know what is the meaning of the literal, what is the meaning of the term, and what is the meaning of the variable. So in the simplifying the Boolean functions, we try to reduce the number of terms and number of literals actually for the minimizing the Boolean function, because if I minimize the Boolean function, I will have the simple digital circuit. Now, let's simplify some Boolean functions to see that how we can do it. Suppose that I have something like that, x, parentheses x prime, or y. So if I expand these expressions as x prime or xy, I know that x prime is equal to 0, and if I write xy here, as a result I will have xy, because 0 or xy is equal to xy. In the second one, if I have x or x prime y, I have actually theorems that say that x or yz is equal to x or y, parentheses x or z. Using this concept, I can write this expression in this form: x or x prime dot x or y, in this form. On the other hand, I know that x or x prime is equal to 1. As a result, I have x or y which is equal to x or y. In the second one, let's do the reverse of the previous one. I have x here, y and y prime here. So it means that instead of these two parentheses, I can write x or y prime. So y prime is equal to 0, x or 0 is equal to x. Or you can do this one in this form. If I multiply these two parentheses with together, x or x is x, xy, xy prime, and also y prime. Y prime again is equal to 1. So if I take the x from the all of these terms, I will have 1 or y prime. And we know that if I have 1 in the OR, the result is 1. X and 1 is equal to x. Now let's look at here. xy or x prime z or yz. Now, you can see that here we don't have x. How can I add x in this term using x or x prime? Because we know that the result of the x or x prime is equal to 1. And if I AND with this yz, the result will not change. Now, after adding and I expand these two terms, I can see that here we have xy for these two are common, and x prime z are common in these two. If I take factor, I will have xy 1 plus z, or x prime z 1 or y. 1 or z is 1, 1 or y is 1. As a result, I will have xy or x prime z. Now you can see that using the theorems and postulates, I can reduce the Boolean functions in the simplest one. Now, in the case of the theorems and postulates, we talk about the De Morgan's theorems, but we talk just about the two variables De Morgan's theorems. Now I want to extend the De Morgan's theorems in the 3 and more than 3 variables. Here, this is the way of the proof of the De Morgan theorems for 3 variables. But anyway, you can see that if I have A or B or C prime, as a result, I will have A prime and B prime and C prime. So similarly, for the n times different variables, which are ORed with together, if I want to complement all of them, I apply this complement into the parentheses, and A converted to the A prime, B converted to the B prime, C converted to the C prime, up to the end, and ORs converted to the AND, you can see here. And also reversely, if I have A and B and C up to the end prime, I have to apply this complement inside of the parentheses. So I have A prime and converted to the OR, B prime and converted to the OR up to the end. So it means that using this concept, I can find the complement of a function. Using De Morgan theorem, I can find the complement of the functions. Now, suppose that I have f1 in this form, x prime, yz prime, and f2 as x, y prime, z prime, or yz. Now I want to find the complement of these two functions. Now look at here. I say that I complement all of this function, apply this complement inside of this one, and or change to the not. Now apply this one here. Again, if I apply this not inside of the parentheses, x prime prime is the original and converted to the or, y prime and converted to the or, and z prime prime is z. This and is the same because before we applied it. So this prime applied to the inside of the parentheses, x prime prime is x, and or y prime prime is y, z prime is z prime. Similarly, for the case of the f2 prime, I complement the all of the expression. Now this prime, if applied inside of the parentheses, I will have x prime. Here the and converted to the or. Again, y prime z prime or yz, all of them complemented. Again, x prime or y prime z prime prime, this or converted to the and yz prime. Again, if I want to apply this complement inside of the parentheses, I will have y or z. You can see that y prime z prime converted to the y or z. Similarly, yz converted to the y prime or z prime. And if you extend these two parentheses and multiply it together, I will have something like that: x prime or yz prime or y prime z. So you can see that using the De Morgan theorem, we can find the complement of the different types of the Boolean functions.